This ain't no game, this that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. Another show spread fake news. We just call it podcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he wants small fry. Tell him they better make him big. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. 40. Here it goes. This place is gone.
If we set it instead of the stone, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up, everybody? We are coming to you live from the Rally House Studios or remotely, depending on who you are. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman, here tonight with, well, first off, let's acknowledge, no pun intended, don't you do it, Joey, the guy that's missing tonight who decided on like one of the coldest days of the year to go to the Kentucky Kingdom to see the light show with his family. It's our guy, Shawn Barber. Shawn, how you doing tonight?
How's it going, folks?
It's making season. All right. Who would normally be sitting next to him? He is the Louisville women's basketball beat writer for CardinalSportsZone.com and the Louisville football beat writer for CardinalSportsZone.com. He is the one and only Sam Bazin.
What up? What up?
Underneath him, no Diddy, is the big little the comedic relief and the big little brother, Joe Wyman.
Acknowledge me.
Wes?
Not
Wes?
tonight.
Yep.
Not tonight.
No, Wes.
No, I'm back during the weekday. You acknowledge
No.
me.
No yeet.
You acknowledge me.
He
No,
technically,
he just did it.
I saw it. I saw it.
Did it. His
He
finger
pointed.
down.
He's like, "You acknowledge me." He did it.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
He did it.
Yeet.
And last but not least, a surprise on the show tonight because normally he's at work, and I guess it's part of his holiday weekend. He normally has the keys to victory, or the break room where all the drinks are. It's our man Wes Keys.
What's going on, Joe? No, we're not doing
Nope. You already did it.
Actually,
No,
he did it again. He went like he said, Joe,
this.
pointed his finger up and said, no.
He's acknowledging me by pointing at me.
No.
Yep.
Any
I'm-
direction.
Yep. All right, to get into the show now.
Yeah. Don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however. Send us your questions on social media. Check out the graphic to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media and how to help support monetarily. We do have it's fairly new. It's called YouTube subscriptions, and you can you can subscribe to the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast and help us out monetarily. So we can give you more shows throughout the week, more content. It helps us out. It does its thing, and we appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up while you're here on YouTube. Make sure you're watching on YouTube if you can help us out, or if you can help because it helps us out more watching on YouTube. I see Steve Franconia watching on Facebook. Get on YouTube, Steve. Watch us on YouTube. It helps us out more. Shout out to our fine sponsors before we get to another shout out. Fitness Market, Four-Pegs, Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. Their season is over. We're still going to acknowledge them throughout the entirety of the off season. So you're going to know next year where to go automatically. Cherry Pick and Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, Rally House. We appreciate you all. Huge shout out to my quarterback, Chris Redmond, as they make it to the state championship game for the third straight year. 50-8 victory. I think it was 50-8. No, it wasn't 50-8. Oh, wait a minute. I messed that up. Well, why did I put 50-8 in here? It's not 50. It wasn't 50-8. It was, drum roll, it was 50-14. I think it was 50-8 the last time I had checked prior to that. So 50-14 was the final score. They will be going they will be facing the winner of Union County versus Belfry in the title game at Kroger Field next Saturday at noon. Gross. Sorry. Before we kick off the show, pun intended, let's get to the chat line. Brandon Johnson, great showing, excited for the future. Now we turn our attention towards the Smurf turds down the road. He also says, B Sim, fire. Absolutely appreciate B Sim. Well, and he appreciates the money we gave him for that fire song. Wes Brocky, what's up, CSZ crew? He's acknowledging Joey as always. He's a freaking follower. Chris Curry says, proud and PO'd at the referee. I saw Godwin's foot out of bounds after the no call. Technical foul, absolutely. Just wait a minute, I didn't put that up on the screen. Let's give him a look clock. 1, 2, 3. All right. Justin McCord says, what's good, guys? What's up, Justin? And there's the acknowledgement. Gracie acknowledges Joey. Oh, come on now. Raise your kids right. There's only one OTC in this podcast room. It's your boy. We were robbed, but we also had to get used to whistles working against us. We had to prove we were back like a Power 4 team that naturally gets more calls against the G5 team. Got to earn the whistle back. Absolutely. I could not agree with you anymore. We're going to talk about basketball later in the show. We don't normally talk basketball on a Friday night, but I don't know how we don't talk about basketball after the blast in the Bahamas that we had this week. I know a lot of people, and I would say me included, thought maybe one win was the most, and I didn't think it was going to be I thought it was going to be a consolation round win.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have now I'm not, you know what? I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to save that for the basketball talk. We're going to go ahead and kick off the show with the kickoff video. Where's it at? Kickoff time. Yeah, I made all these videos myself. Well, with help from TJ. Here we go. It's the normal preview. That team down the road, 4-7 on the season, 30% chance to win. They're consensus 3.5 point underdogs when I wrote this yesterday. They average 21 points per game. They give up 20 points per game. Not a very good recipe. Vanderdoof is how I have it written. I know it's not his name, but whatever. He averages 144 yards per game. He has tallied 10 touchdowns and 8 picks on the season. Their rushing attack also averages 144 a game between Sumo and Wilcox. Key averages 65 yards per game. Receiving, he's got 2 touchdowns on the year. They've only got 13 receiving touchdowns overall. Their kicker, Rayner, missed 1 extra point and 1 short field goal. They have been sacked 33 times this season, an average of 3 per game. Their linebacker, JDJ, averages 5 tackles a game, and he's the leading sacker with 3.5. He is the leading interceptor. I'm sorry. 3.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries on the season, and 1 touchdown. Their leading interceptor, Lovett and Hardaway, each have 4 of the team's 10 interceptions. Okay, Lovett and Hardaway have 4 of the team's 10 interceptions. They have only tallied 24 sacks this season, so they don't get a lot of penetration. Shawn will explain that later, even though you're not here. Average about 2 a game.
No, he knows not getting any penetration.
Okay, that's true. I'm sorry. Shout out to our woes in the street. Louisville, 7-4, 70% chance to win. We average 36 per game. We give up 24 per game. A little bit of a difference there. Shuck, 278 yards per game, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Brown and Watson and the crew average 167 yards a game rushing. Ja'Cory Brooks, 92 yards per game, 9 touchdowns, 23 total receiving touchdowns. Travelstead has missed 7 field goals this season, but has been becoming more consistent as of late, and many of his misses were long misses. We've only been sacked 15 times this year. There were 3 or 4 early in the season that were end of half or 60-yard that he missed, but he's also missed a bunch of short ones too. So I can't say all those 7 were degree of difficulty misses.
Probably 4 of them.
TJ and Stanquan are the top 2 tacklers on the team. They're also tied for leading in Stanquan is also tied for interceptions with 2 with Corey Thornton. Wasn't that your boy, Wes?
Nah, Blake Ruffin.
Blake, why did I think Corey? Where did Corey Thornton come from?
UCF.
Okay, the Ruffin kid, he came from like Illinois or Northern Illinois or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Back to your regular program. Ashton Gelati is the team leader in sacks with 4.5 of the Cards' 27 sacks. We do have a couple that have 4 after him. Cards are -1 on the season with 6 interceptions and 4 lost fumbles. We forced 11 overall. UK is I said a dirty word.
He did it.
I did. I'm sorry. They're +3 on the season's 14 interceptions. They fumbled the ball 22 times this year, but only lost 4. They forced 15 overall. So pretty. I mean that looks to be the biggest difference. Oops. Well, we are. What happened? Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
We're back. I was trying to get this stuff off the screen. Looks to be a pretty even game. The thing that's really, really upsetting is as me and Joey were watching the college football playoff rankings, it looks like Louisville would have landed somewhere between where did Clemson end up? 11?
I believe so, yeah. Because they're the first team out, but basically I know Boise State and Arizona State, but yeah, if you go by where Clemson is, had we not lost to Stanford, we would have been at 11. We'd have been the first team out right now. But right now, Georgia's getting beat by Georgia Tech, so that would have gave us a potential bump up spot right there.
20-6 with 14 minutes left in the game. Now, obviously, Georgia's
could come back easily.
Could come back very easily. So we'll see what it is. But yeah, had they not lost to Stanford, which woulda, coulda, shoulda, we're probably sitting right there on the cusp.
Georgia loses. Clemson beats who they play? South Carolina. They're ranked. They probably slide in and gives ACC 3 teams.
Hold on. So did Georgia Tech finish the job?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying if they hold it off.
I was about to say, the way you said it, I was convinced for a second.
Bro, I just said it was 20-6 with 14 minutes left.
Yeah.
This segment brought to you by Mountain Dew Code Red Zero. You got to know somebody to be able to get it.
That's a good pick.
It's a delicious pick. All right, so Sam, you're the football beat writer. We're gonna go to you first. Without giving predictions or locks, that we'll say that for like we normally do at the end of the show. What does Louisville need to do offensively to win this game tomorrow?
What we didn't do last year, protect the football. Second, keep Tyler Shuck upright. I'm hoping that UK comes out in a lot of man-to-man coverages because Coach Brom is really good at dissecting plays and getting his plays open in spaces and things like that. So that's one of the things I hope UK makes the mistake of doing is play a lot of man. I hope they don't go too much to the zone because then their front four can get pressure. But other than that, like I said, main thing for me, and I'm pretty sure the coaching staff probably preached it all week, is take care of the football. I believe U of L would have won by at least 2 touchdowns last year if they had held on to that ball.
For sure.
So
well, and the no holding call that everybody saw.
3, not 2, 3.
3 touchdowns?
I say 3. We would have won, but we were up 14 walking them down the field.
So, and like I said, keep Tyler Shuck upright because not going into predictions or anything like that. If you remember last year going into that game, Jawad Jordan was coming off an injury. Yeah. Shamari Thrash was still getting back into form from the injury as well. So now you have your two tailbacks that are relatively healthy, and your wide receivers that are relatively healthy. So, given what Coach Brom can do, given how much I know he wants to win this game, and so do the players, number one is, I got to say it again, take care of the football, keep Tyler Shook healthy, and everything else will work out. He'll get those players. The players will come in, and Tyler Shook will make the right play, and get our players the ball in spaces to where they could be most effective.
All right, and I want to really quickly say this. Right, our guy Marcus Maven just went live. He's going to talk about, if you all want to listen to basketball talk first, feel free. Not going to hurt my feelings. That's my guy. If you can't watch us both at the same, I know our guy Robbie Doe likes to put us both on at the same time and interact. If you can't do that, right around, we'll see, what time is it? We'll probably hit basketball talk here in about 20 minutes. Feel free to hop on. You know, that's our guy. I would love that dude. And this should be the last conflicting Friday night for the season, with football being over, the regular season being over tomorrow. I don't know, man. I kind of like these Friday night shows. It seems like we get a lot more people tuned in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the other two what their keys to the offensive success tomorrow are, but I'm going to roll through some of the comments, because we got a backlog. Shout out to Steve, Brendan, Terry, and the crew for a comment. I'm going to throw their comments up. And Joey, I'm going to go to you. What do you think we need to do offensively to and don't say score more points than them, because that's the obvious?
I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying pretty much all year. Run the football, limit their possessions, run the football. We have a plethora of backs, and I mean, with Isaac and Duke, the speed from those two, it's only going to take a couple times for them to break some really long runs. Again, and you know, protecting the football, honestly, that should be a key every week, right? I mean, that should almost be a given. But after last year and those things, I understand why that, you know, be hyper focused right now. Protect the football, run the football. We can tear them up on the ground. I'm not sure if Vandegrift is the starter anymore.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Goalie,
Yeah, the freshman.
yeah. So hopefully we've got a little film from him last week, whoever they played.
Texas.
Who? Texas?
Texas.
It won't be very good tape then. I'm just saying.
I mean, he did throw for like 2 touchdowns in the second half against Texas.
Okay, so our front four needs to stay active and getting pressure, allow our linebackers to be able to get in there in some of those gaps, but run the football, limit their possessions. We don't have to win 40s to, you know, score in the 40s. We don't have to score in the 40s to beat this team. Let's run the football. We can score the ball that way, and then it'll open up those deep passes to Jacory anyway. They don't have anybody. There's not too many people in the country that can guard him. Maybe Travis Hunter.
It always makes me dirty when I have to go to the Kentucky football stats website. My phone, I automatically think it has a virus. Let's see, average yards per game. They average 144 yards rushing. They give up 144 yards rushing.
They'll give up more than that tomorrow.
That's very.
Going to a UK site feels like what I would imagine going to a Diddy party felt like.
Hey,
I mean, am I wrong?
Joey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I gave you crap at first. I acknowledge you for that.
There you go.
These last two. That was nice.
I mean, that's what I would feel like.
And they only
I would feel like that
100,
Big Bill audio.
They only give up 188.
Oh, absolutely.
How many? 188?
188 yards
Okay.
passing a game. So that really tells me what's up. My guy, Mossy Oak Property Heart Realty. Appreciate their sponsorship here of the text line. Wes, I know I've already asked them, and I haven't really given my opinion yet, so I'm going to hold mine for a second. But what anything differently from what they've said do you think we need to do tomorrow?
Honestly, no. Control the time of possession, use the run to open up play action, and just beat them down. That's the way we did them last year. For the most part, outside of those turnovers, our offense walked them down the field multiple times. If those turnovers didn't happen, we win that game. And people are like, oh, we're outmatched in the trenches. No, we're not. We walked them, and I'm talking about walked casually. Before those turnovers happened, we were taking them down the field, and everybody was acting scared of Walker. He was not accurate at certain points.
No, it really felt like we had. It really felt like we had control of the game last year, and
absolute control. And I was with I said this on the space. Rest in peace. I was with Corrito on the party deck last year, and we watched that game from the party deck. We casually did whatever we wanted to them outside of those turnovers. They couldn't stop anything. If we use that same game plan, except be more aggressive, because the speed we have in the backfield this year, no slight to Jawar and no slight to Isaac, these young dudes, we could really destroy something this year. I'm excited about it. How much did you say they gave up a game per rush? For rush?
Rushing 144.
We can double that. I think we can double it.
Calm down, young fella.
No, I think it's possible.
I don't think we double that for the mere fact that they slow the game down as well. They like to rely on their run and the short passing game. Every once in a while, they'll take a deep shot to Key and bury on Brown, but they like to slow it down.
3 and outs will do something to that, though.
Bro.
3 and outs will do something to that, though.
Yes.
Terry Jones says if English stays conservative with the blitzing, Louisville will be in trouble in the secondary.
He got me wanting to channel my inner Lawrence and just yell, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, so my opinion, which is I'm going to gather a little bit of what everybody said because everything's really already been said. We just got to stay disciplined. We've got to run the ball well. They don't get a lot of penetration. They do give up a lot of sacks. Offensively, it's really to me. I had a really great point that nobody mentioned, and then I forgot it. But and I'll probably remember it in a little bit. But it's really a situation where we should be able to impose our will almost tomorrow. I don't see a lot of I'll be honest, I don't watch their games, so I haven't watched any tape of them. I can only go by I'm a statistics guy, right? So going by their statistics and their record doesn't look too impressive. They're still even today 3.5 to 4 point underdogs here. So I know that's typically like a pick 'em because they say they give the home team 3 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'd
in the odds. So we're really. Oh yeah, that's right. We're
almost
at their place.
Yeah, touchdown.
So it's really a little bit. I just don't see, but I haven't seen the last couple of years how they were going to beat us, and they still did. So I don't want to just sit here and act like there's no chance, but it's head over heart. And I was talking to I forgot who it was this morning. I think it may have been Wes Brocky, and I told, all right, well, Wes is out for a minute. I guess he had to go pee or something. I was like, I know the sports gods are not going to let us win both of these games, and so I think okay, we got Wes back from his whatever random thing he was doing.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. We're used to it. I said, I know the sports gods aren't going to let us win both games, so let us get the game. Let us be competitive today, and let us get the game tomorrow. And sure enough, we were competitive today in basketball. Hopefully, my sacrifice to the sports gods did work. Hopefully, it did work. Conversely, what do we need to do defensively, Sam?
Joey said earlier, 3 and outs will stop a lot of what they want to do. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I would say stop the run first. You have to be disciplined because they're going to window dress a lot of things. They're going to give you a lot of eye candy, but they want to run the ball first. Um, so stop the run and cleanly let the young quarterback know you're there. Ashton Gelati, Logan, Thor Griffin, Des Tail. If you get a chance, just lay a finger on him, lay a hand on him, something. Just let him know that you're there. And thirdly, in the passing game, Barry Brown is one of the fastest receivers I've seen all year. He was fast last year. He looks just as fast this year. Um, so I'm not too worried about him unless they go to a lot of screenplays. But Dean Key is a really good receiver. I expect Quincy Riley. I would want Quincy Riley to follow him any and everywhere they go. So that happens on the defensive end, and I would say the player to watch would be Macklin. Because we're going to try to find a way to take away Barry Brown and Dean Key. So that leaves the tight end, which they really struggle with the tight end position. So the slot receiver Macklin might give us some problems if he's matched up against Stanquan Clark or a TJ Quinn. So for like I say, first and foremost, stop the run, play discipline in your zone and your man coverages when it comes to the passing game, and the extra part about it is force one turnover, whether it be an interception or fumble recovery or forced fumble. Force one turnover, put a little bit of pressure on that freshman quarterback. I know he played relatively okay in the Texas game, but they were losing. They had no chance in winning that game, so he's kind of playing free. Put some game pressure on them because they're not going to a bowl. This is their bowl game. This is their Super Bowl, so they're going to come out and they're going to come out throwing things at us, whether it be clean or dirty. You know they love to play dirty. So I would say that those three things right there: stop the run, get a hand on the quarterback, and force at least one turnover to get that quarterback thinking and get him to feel some of that game pressure.
So I remember exactly what it was I was going to say. The biggest key for tomorrow is for Coach Brom to have those kids informed. Do not fall for the pregame shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's imperative that they do not let them, because that's they try to do that all the time, and that's no bueno. And the only thing that really worries me about the game, and I know this is probably just superstitious Jeremy being superstitious Jeremy, but the team that Chris Redmond and them beat last year in the Final Four, Lexington Christian, UK starting quarterback this year, is that guy that got embarrassed by Chris Redmond and Christian Academy of Louisville, the Boley kid. So him playing in his hometown, sometimes that magic can be enough. I mean,
Kyle Bolin
in Lexington balled out a couple, it's been more than a couple seasons ago, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that maybe I'll look this up on our break here in a second, but I'm pretty sure this Boley kid was the one that got completely destroyed last year in the Final Four by Red and them. So I'll check that in a second. Before we go to break, Joey or Wes, do y'all have any defensive talk?
I would just say that we get burnt over the middle a lot, and whether they're tight end, they struggle at the tight end position or not. In games like this, the other team has somebody that is usually not very productive most of the season that has a breakout game against us. Just watch their tight ends. Watch the tight ends. Don't let them beat us. You can almost go into any game and say, well, this guy, if he gets his, no big deal. We got to stop the rest. Don't let those tight end, I don't know all the terms and stuff like you guys do, but just pretty much little post routes over the middle or whatever, slants over the middle, quick block, rub off, leak over the middle, and, you know,
Yeet.
10, 12 yards at a time or breaking one. So,
Yeah,
just
because
gotta
Isaiah
pressure the
Clemens,
quarterback. We got to make, like Sam said, you know, make him feel, you know, get him that pressure to where, you know, every time he drops back, he's got his head on a swivel, and it kind of takes his eye off of some of his progressions here and there, and could ultimately end up forcing that interception that we need or whatever.
Wes.
Yeah. And honestly, going in between what Sam and Joey said, I agree with them both 1,000%. But the last thing I have to throw in there, for the love of our sanity, stop the wheel route, because I guarantee they're gonna do it. They're going to try it. That's one of the only plays Stoops has in his wheelhouse. No pun.
no, but because I think Isaiah Cummins got a 50 plus 50 yarder on a similar play last year. He was
Mhm.
wide open, and I think it might have been a wheel route.
We've
was.
been better this year though at those plays and in the open field tackling, and that's one thing on a lot of the plays they got on us last year. You know, missing tackles. We've been a much better tackling team this year as far as open field tackles, the little screens and stuff like that. You know, our corners have been able to come off the block and get back there and make the tackle. But yeah, got to keep your eye out on that for sure.
So I do need to make a retraction. Cutter Bowley played for Lexington Christian. The team that Christian Academy has beat the last 2 years is Lexington Catholic.
Okay.
So I knew it was LCA. I just wasn't really sure.
He's from Lexington, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, no opportunity to play Union County. They fell in the quarters last year. And who was the other county I said? Did I say Belfry was the other?
Belfry, yeah.
Looks like they went out last year in the where are you at Belfry in the second round to Bell County. So,
And it's funny too, because I think Union County, Lexington Catholic, Belfry, and it's another school in Lexington that I'm drawing a blank on. They put out some really, really good Division I talent in the state of Kentucky. I'm just drawing a blank on the other name too.
And honestly, are we sure that the Kyle Bowling game was here?
I think it was.
The Cardinal Stadium.
It was.
Yeah, it wasn't in Lexington.
I just felt like I remember Reggie getting hurt at Kroger Field. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
No, Reggie getting hurt at Kroger Field, I think, is when Lamar came in.
No.
Are we sure?
Lamar came in the very first game in Atlanta and took over for Reggie.
No, I was saying, but you remember when he didn't start that whole year, but at the same time, you remember when we played the Smurfs that year, we ended up down 21-0, and then Lamar came in. There was also a sub in that game where we ended up down, if I'm not mistaken.
Frederick Douglass was that team that I was talking about in Kentucky.
Okay, Frederick Douglass. It looks like it will be Union County versus Christian Academy in the championship game, that being finalized. At the moment, we're going to go to the commercial break, and we'll get back to the chat line here in a second, brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Let's go to the commercials. We'll be right back. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. There's the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. For Peg's Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or the Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On the Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Pickin', a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, D, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house. Your house. Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Now back to you guys in the studio. Appreciate that. Again, we welcome you back to the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast here on the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast Network, or should we call it CSZ Live? We want to get caught up on the chat line real quick, and then we'll get to the second half of the show. Wes Brocky still acknowledging Joey. I don't know what's going on there. Is Georgia Tech for real? Georgia just scored those, says Bubs. Terry Jones says Chris Bell with 100 yards and two touchdowns. I like that. Wes Brocky says we can't have penalties tomorrow. Need to limit the fall starts. There we go. Wes is kind of like Chris. You know how Chris don't really know how to write words right, or maybe he's got auto incorrect. I'm not sure. We got to limit the fall starts. I mean, we can't help that it's not winter yet. The fall starts have to be limited as well as the fall starts, and penalties have hurt us in games this year as well. Absolutely. Don't forget, you can go to Cardinal Sports Zone on YouTube, sign up for the YouTube subscriptions. It helps us out. It helps with our fees and stuff for the different things on here. And it will allow us to do more shows and give you all more stuff. So even though he's not here, we're going to go to the hottest segment that is sweeping the nation.
I'll speak for him.
Okay. All right.
Dang it.
Take it, Shawn.
Is and probably always will be a no.
It's still no. All right. And really quickly, before we get to the second half to talk basketball with you guys, we want you all to get in your predictions for tomorrow. We'll go back and read them when we get to our locks and predictions. But Spencer'sStand.com is a website that is dedicated to Louisville men's basketball player Spencer Legg, number 55. And I don't want to go into I'm not going to go into all the specifics again. We'll probably go over through we normally do that on Sunday, but you can go to his site. There's like 3 options that you can help support him in his journey. It's an hour of you can have a
Zoom call,
like an hour Zoom call where you can talk to him. Virtual that's what I was looking.
Yeah.
A virtual hangout with him. The second option is, I think, for 2 hours you can go practice shoot hoops with them up at the Cooper Center for $50. A good deal. But the best deal is for $50 you can pick a game to go to, and you get premium seats. You get to hang out with the team all day before and after the game, and it's such an awesome experience. I highly recommend for you all to take advantage of that if you can. Quarter 3, we're going to go into men's basketball. I'm going to kind of just summarize it. The Cards started their trip to the Bahamas against IU in the battle for Atlantis in style. The Cards won 89-61 in a dominating fashion. Actually, it was probably not even that close. The Cards
were up 40 at one point, weren't we?
No, it was like 34, 35.
It was up 38.
38.
Okay. The Cards were led with 16 points by Chucky and Noah, 14 by Kaysen, and 12 by Rain Smith. Chucky added 10 assists and 7 steals. Javon led all rebounders with 8. Nobody was in foul trouble. The Cards won this game by pushing the tempo and getting IU's top front court in the nation away from the basket. The Cards then played Western Virginia after the Mountaineers upset number 3 Gonzaga. During that game, the Cards struggled early offensively before mounting several runs of 7-0 or more. Cards were down 11 with a few minutes left in the first half, but had one of those booms that we're accustomed to, and we're down 4 at the half. West Virginia came out after the half and extended the lead multiple times in the second half. We would cut it down to 3 or 4, and West Virginia would hit a nicely guarded, contested 3 to push the lead out again. Chucky had a chance with 30 seconds left to hit 2 free throws and win the game, but he missed one, his only mistake of the game yesterday. But the Cards took over in overtime, never looked back. West Virginia got within 3 once, and that was it. The Cards won 79-70 in overtime. Chucky had a career-high 32.6 steals and drew 13 fouls. Rain Smith added 15 points on 4 of 10 shooting from the 3. Fat added 10 points and 7 rebounds. We've been looking for him to do something. It's kind of like that, that meme where there's the dead guy on the ground and you got the person hitting it with the stick. Come on, do something. That's how we felt with Terrence Edwards. Yesterday and today he started earning his keep as far as I'm concerned. 10.7 rebounds yesterday. Kaysen had 13 and 8 as well. The thing that I have loved seeing improve the most during the season so far is the hustle, the defensive rebounding, rebounding in general, because in today's game, which we lost that game, was it by 3?
5?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. For some reason,
they hit 2 free throws off that after that inbound.
Well, no, in my head, the shot that Noah Waterman hit at the buzzer counted, so I thought it was only 3. But yeah, you're right, it was 5. This team is a fighting team. It doesn't matter how far we get down. We're able to make the difference when it matters. We out-rebounded this team today by 22, was it?
40, I got it here, 44-28.
So, well, Kelly did
44-23, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I still haven't been to the eye doctor yet.
21.
I was going to say,
we almost out-rebounded them by the amount
plus
that they had, yeah.
So that's encouraging. Our free throw shooting lost this game. If it was even halfway respectable, it wins. And another thing that lost us this game is the fact that, and Coach Kelsey, come here for a second. I love you. You're the man, but you have to teach this team that in certain instances where we're only down 3 and need to make a basket to keep the momentum going, we don't have to jack up 7 threes in a row. Even though we're rebounding, we're getting the rebounds now. There was one, I think Rain had 4 attempts on 1 possession at the end of the game.
3.
Yeah, 3.
I think it was 4, but regardless, we'll disagree to disagree, because I thought he shot from the first one. He shot straight ahead. Then he shot one from the right side. Then he shot one from the left side. Then he shot one from the top of the key in between.
I think Waterman was one of those.
Well, all those white guys look alike to me. It don't matter.
He had 3.
We missed 4 threes on one possession.
We did. Yes, we missed 4 on
Waterman or
Hold on. I'm bringing this back, especially since I saw Ocho do it on Nightcap. I'm bringing it back because I did it first. I'm throwing a flag on that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They do all and it's a white flag you threw too. I don't think there's any coincidence.
That's racist.
I think that was purposely done and tastefully done. All jokes aside, no.
I still got yours.
But there's just no. That's my own. That's the only thing that grinds my gears. I think we fight. I think we fight appropriately. I think we hit buckets when we need to. Chucky was on the line when he said he was a bucket getter. but we average about, and I don't know how many. Joey looked this up. I don't know how many we hit today. We're averaging 10 hit 10.
We were 7 of 32
from 30. Okay, so we're a little bit. We're 3 shots, but when you're hitting 10 threes a game, you normally win the game. Now, when you're shooting it 40 times and only hitting 10, that could be the issue, because if you take half of those misses away, and then you go in, you drive to the basket, and let's say out of those 20 misses, you attempt 10 twos, you're going to hit at least half of those. So it's an extra 10 points. We win the game.
We were 68% from the field. Take out the three pointers from 2-point range. We were 68%.
We're buckets.
Yeah, we dominated them in the paint. Points in the paint was 34-22. So again, to your point, quit jacking so many threes up when you're killing them inside. Get the ball down, get the ball inside and score.
But this is the first year for this
It'll get
team.
better.
It's positives. Like, I don't think anybody expected us to win 2 games. Fun fact, this is our 3rd trip to the battle for Atlantis, and the 3rd time we made it to the final. The first time we made the title game. We won the championship the first year. The second time we were a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament that year. So maybe a 3 seed this year. I know this team's going to have to gel, though, especially with as many injuries as we have. Prayers up for Kaysen, or as Joey likes to call him.
Shawn.
Well,
I call him about 8 different things.
You called him Pete Davidson.
Skeet
earlier.
Davidson.
Skeet Davidson, yeah.
Skim Shady.
Skim Shady.
Shawn.
He's got so many mean mug looks. I love it. I'll never forget the first time I met him. Okay, it was at the TBT game, and I was sitting with, and this is not me flexing or doing the whole cheap pop that Mick Foley does, but I was sitting between Rain Smith and gosh dang it, Joey messes me up.
Shawn.
No, I wasn't sitting. No, Kanai, because you always call him Connie. Yeah,
Connie. Kanye.
And Kaysen walked in looking like a New York pimp. He had a fur coat on. He had on sparkly sunglasses and everything. And all I heard Kanai say was, "Who does this ninja think he is?" And everybody just busted out laughing. Only he didn't say ninja.
Machine Gun Shawn.
Machine MGK.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you see the radio, look, me and Wes decided yesterday he's only allowed to shoot 4 threes a game from now on.
Yeah. They need to be from the side.
Yeah.
I'm not even giving him that.
Joey. I got a flag on Joey because Skeet Davidson is legendary.
Yes,
Skeet Davidson. He does look. Tell me you don't kind of look like Pete Davidson a little bit.
Yes.
Like,
a little bit.
That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely, the comedic relief. Absolutely. It was prayers up for Kaysen, though. Hopefully he heals quickly. Hopefully Corin heals quickly. Hopefully Hopefully Booby.
Yeah, Booby
heals quickly.
They don't call him that though.
They call him Cater.
Cater, yeah.
Or Kadir.
Kadir.
It really depends. No, some people call it like
well, it's just
Kelsey
like Ramon or Raymond.
Coach Kelsey calls him Cater, and then one of the announcers called him Kadir. The one female one that I can't stand. What's her name?
Not Antonelli.
No.
Another one.
Not the one. Not either.
Doris Burke.
Yeah, Doris Burke. My God.
Oh Lord.
My God. Yeah, but
yeah.
Hopefully they heal. We were, as somebody pointed out, I think it might have been in the group chat, it might have been publicly, the 2012 run, we lost one of our important pieces that year.
Mm-hmm.
For the battle, maybe in the Battle of Atlantis.
It was Gorgie.
Yeah, Gorgie.
Right before.
I thought he ended up coming back and playing in that.
No.
Nope.
No, he was.
No, that's right.
He was out for that. Didn't we play Duke in the title game that year?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he came back. His first game back was the the UC game, because I remember sending a meme out like the players for them looking at Coach Cal saying, "Thought you said he wasn't going to play." And he did.
He did. Sam, we're going to take a quick turn for a second, and I do want everybody that's watching to get in the chat room. Give us your predictions for tomorrow's game against the Blue Turds, or your comments on the basketball team, because I really feel like we got a tough stretch coming up. There's a very real possibility that we could be at 500 after the next 2 weeks, and I want people to stay patient with this team, because at the end of the day, all new players, all new coaching staff. I feel like I preached patience with Satterfield. That didn't work. Y'all got him up through. I preached patience with the name that will not be the basketball version now. The name that, we don't say the Crag word in football. There's another K word.
It's very painful to say.
It is very painful to say. What was I saying? I know.
Tough stretch.
Yeah, tough stretch.
Ole Miss next.
So if we got Ole Miss,
and they just lost. So
in Kentucky in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So and they're not a bad team either. But I think we'll get into that once we get to those game weeks, though. But there's a real good chance. Now there's a chance we may not. We may beat 2 of the 3, and only have issues with Duke. But we may lose them all 3 and maybe sitting smack dab at 500 after the rough 2 week stretch. Just be patient with the team. The team's already shown you they've had heart and hustle. Show them that you have patience and you appreciate that heart and hustle, because this team is playing like, I'll be honest with you. I'm a huge Louisville basketball historian and fan, and I've been watching games a lot of years. I don't know that I've ever seen a team that has as much heart, that hustles after every play. I've never seen in Peyton and Russ. I love you guys. Y'all are my friends. I didn't I knew they had a lot of steals, and I knew they were like 1-2, but I don't remember either of their seasons going through the season and be like, oh man, this dude's getting a lot of steals every game. Like Chucky made me think that there was nobody close in the average per game, and those 2 had average. Chucky's got an average. How many did he have today? Did he end up with 3?
I'm looking.
He's got an average 3 a game to beat Peyton's single season record of 90. So he just has to go over 3 1 or 2 games to beat it. But he's average. He was going into today's game,
4.5, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
he had 3 today.
Okay, 3. So he's right there. But he's on.
That 4th one would have come in clutch if they had hold on to the ball.
Absolutely.
He's got 20. He had 25 on the season going in. He's got 28 now.
Can't hear you.
He had 25 coming into the game already. He's got 28 now, and I think the 90 was the single season record.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would think, all right, well, if we were a fourth of the way through the season, which we're not even a fourth of the way through,
right?
He's on a pace to get well over 100.
Yeah, like 120 right now. So hopefully we'll follow that throughout the season. We'll see how that works out. Sam, women's basketball updates from this week. We know the women's basketball team travels to Colorado for a game tomorrow. It's 3 p.m. at 3 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Big game day tomorrow. You got the men's basketball, or you got the football game at noon. Then you got U of L Colorado at 3 o'clock. Then you got the Survivor Series at 6 p.m.
I know. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go take a shower and go to sleep. Get some rest.
Georgia is driving to tie the game with 1.5 minutes left, and they are in the red zone. So, give us a little update on the women's basketball team. While Sam is talking, give us your predictions for tomorrow. After he gets done talking, we'll give you our predictions and locks for the game tomorrow. Sam?
All right. So, like you said, we go up to face Colorado Buffs tomorrow. They have about 3 players averaging double figure scoring. They generally rebound their opponents. So that's going to be big for Louisville, especially the guards that go in there and help crash on the defensive board, because for the last few years, Colorado has been one of those really, really athletic teams. They try to beat you with their pace. They try to beat you with their physicalness and their toughness. So Louisville has to go ahead and play the game that they want to play. Play their style of football. Uh, be ultra aggressive defensively. Be smart on the offensive end, and pick their spots. We have to find a way to get Olivia Cochran more involved and let everyone else feed off of her. Um, Amani Berry has been lights out the last few games, so I'm hoping that she continues and she gets better and better. Especially, I think she could be a whole lot better on the defensive end. But she's still young. She still has a lot of growing to do. Like I said, welcome back to Jada Curry as well. So this Louisville team is gonna be some ups and downs, like I said before. But playing Colorado in Colorado should be a tough environment. I do think Louisville still comes away with a victory because at the end of the day, I think we have more talent, and I know we have the better coaching staff.
I was going to say, welcome back to Jada Curry. We look like a completely different team with her playing. And also, really quickly, I do want to, and it's a tie ball game. As long as they hit the extra point, it's a tie ball game. And I think there's just a little over a minute left. Joey, is that correct? Sorry, between Georgia and Georgia Tech. All right, let's get to it, guys. Predictions. We need predictions and locks for tomorrow. I'm gonna go to Shawn's first. He did text those. He did do one thing right. He texted me like I asked him. Shawn's prediction is Louisville 38, Kentucky 7. Wow.
Damn.
Locks defensively, he thinks MJ Griffin has an interception. It's
If he keeps saying that one every week, then it'll
it's going to happen. It really is. Let's take a second for the extra point that is hit, and 1 minute 1 second left.
Two timeouts.
Georgia Tech will have the ball. MJ Griffin interception. Stanquan Clark forced fumble. The offense, Isaac Brown and Duke Watson both have 100 yards rushing. He said that one too before.
Yeah.
Brown with 3 touchdowns. Okay. I don't hate the confidence in the score. Wes, go ahead and give us your prediction and your locks for the game.
I'd say 31-17 Cards. I'd say defensively, I think the defense gets an interception for sure. That's definitely one of my predictions. And offensively, I think we rush for over 200 yards in this game.
Okay. Joey?
I'm going to go 34-20 because I was going to go 31-17. So to keep from having
double scores,
a duplicate, we'll say 34-20. Defensively, I said it last week. I'll say it again this week because I think it's going to happen. He almost got it last week. I'm going to say Ashton gets 3 sacks. Offensively, I'm not going to say a cumulative total, but I'm going to say that Duke Watson breaks an 80-plus yard touchdown run.
Okay.
And
what was your score prediction? I forgot. Oh,
34-20.
Okay. I'm gonna go 36-20 because that's where I was gonna go. Defensively, I'm gonna say we have 7 total sacks. I think we win the turnover battle tomorrow. I'm not gonna get any specifics, but I think offensively we're gonna I'm trying to think. Put me on the spot here. Offensively, I'm gonna say that Shuck only goes for 250 because the running backs are going crazy. I agree with Shawn on the Brown. Only I'm gonna say running backs with 3 rushing touchdowns. I'm not gonna get specific like Shawn did. Sam, what about you?
I'm going to go Cards 33, them other people 23. I'm going to say defensively, I think we saw what the defense is capable of last week, and we also saw what they were capable of in the Clemson game. I think Coach Brahma's had a conversation with Coach English, so I think he's going to mix him up, be a little bit more exotic on his pass rushing situations, and not just wait for third downs. Try to do it earlier on to get them all behind the chains. I do think for the second year in a row, we have a 3,000-yard passer and a 1,000-yard rusher for the second year in a row. I don't think we've done it twice since Lamar was here. So go ahead, Wes.
Hold on. I was going to say, I know we already have Tyler Shuck over 3,000 yards passing. Ja'Cory Brooks has 1,000 yards receiving. So how
Right.
far Isaac from 1,000 yards rushing?
I think he needs like 105, 106, something like that, 105.
I agree then.
It's 104.
104. So, okay. So I do think we have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 3,000-yard passer for the second time in a row. And those are it's kind of basic. You know what? Isaiah Cummings scores a touchdown against his old team.
Ooh, I like that. Or is he the crap starter on the field for us tomorrow in the pre-games?
He's not that type of young man.
Nah.
Oh, so you're saying he's not cut like that? Gotcha.
He's not. Yeah.
Do we have any more Burns on our team?
No.
Because wouldn't that Curry? Curry would have done it. Wasn't his name Curry Burns?
Yeah.
He would have done it. Incomplete.
It's an incomplete pass.
But yeah, so that's I guess you could say that's my locks. Cards by 10, 33-23. Ron English has a more exotic, more aggressive style of defense, not just on third downs. Isaiah Cummings scores a touchdown against his old team, and Isaac Brown gets 1,000 yards rushing for his season.
Okay, I don't hate it. Robert Holt, premium subscriber Robert Holt says Ashton gets a scoop and score tomorrow. Cards win 35-14. Y'all gonna have to give us a couple seconds because snap. 13 seconds left in the game, 2 timeouts left for each team, 3rd and 10. Louisville Bubs says 45-41 cards. That's a high score. I don't know that I want them to be in a shootout with this.
If they get over 30, we're in trouble.
Yeah. I think so. Wes Baraki says 38-21. So he had to just up mine by 1 point on each side. He prices righted me like a true douche canoe. Appreciate you. All right. Again, y'all are gonna have to not gonna be. Oh, he might have
got him into field goal range.
He may have got him into field goal range.
He's short of the first down, but you can at least take a shot here.
Do you think
if you miss it,
with 7 seconds left? We're doing a little outside the Louisville analyzing. 7 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Do you have enough time?
No,
to take a shot down the middle of the field.
You don't trust that.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it on 4th, which I think is silly here. I mean, I would rather go for a long field goal, because you're going to take at least 5 seconds off the clock with a kick. That would leave at worst at best 2 seconds on the clock for them. I would try for a field goal.
All right, so they're again.
And he missed one earlier too. He gonged one earlier. I would still go for the field goal here. It's 4th down. If you don't get it, you give it to them.
Where are they at?
I'm not sure. They're on the other side of midfield. I think they're about the 41-yard line.
He's Bird is 1 for 3 from 50 plus.
If they're at the 41, it would be like a 51-yard field goal.
Oh no, it's more than that. If they're at the 41, add 15, I think it's 56.
50
or
51 for the end zone, and then 7 yards for the
58 yards
setup. I wonder why they have to be 7 yards behind the. I mean, I guess for
What the heck are they doing?
I don't know, the referee's fumbling around the money in his pocket. He don't know where to spot the ball.
It's 4th down. You're not going to sneak it just to get the first down, so why does it matter?
No, you got to try to hit another
You're either
sideline
going to do well, you don't even have to hit sideline. You can hit it, you can do just 2 yards, but like why would you do that?
All right. Well, we will let's get back. Say some prayers for our guy Jeff Nunn. He'll be on the sideline taking pictures tomorrow. We hope he doesn't catch cooties or inbreaditis, whatever it is that you catch when you kiss your sisters or whatever.
Oh, any strays from because I do think once Louisville gets up in this game, you're gonna hear the boo birds, and they're gonna try to get rid of Stoops.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
He's gone after tomorrow, dude.
maybe they throw some batteries at Jeff. Hopefully, hopefully not. We'll see.
He's
Support our awesome photography staff: Jeff Nunn, TJ Barr, Justin Kruger, Keith Russell. Amazing staff here. For sponsorship opportunities, let me go ahead and get that chat off the screen so I can read the sponsorship opportunities part. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see how you can get a hold of us for sponsorship opportunities. Make sure you tune into the show Sundays at 1 p.m. We'll figure out where we're going to normally after the football season, we adjust our time. So we'll figure that out. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer YouTube. You can find the audio version on over 125 different platforms: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart. Hit subscribe, like, plus, heart, or whatever it is Shawn's doing later on a Friday night. Hit that button. It'll download directly to your phone or personal computer device. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, no worries. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Go to the podcast tab. Go down to CSZ Podcast for our newer stuff, the stuff from over the last 6 years. Archives is the stuff before the 6 years we were on ESPN 93.9, which started in 2013. Actually, we started our show on 93.9. I actually like to take credit for the year of the card because we started out and then everything just kind of fell in place after. But go check it out. Check our exclusives there. Shout out to everybody out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate it. Shout out to our guys Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 DeVille. Shout out to our friends at the 502 Circle who's putting out fire content. Go Line with Blowout Powell, keeping it 100 with Kaysen and Noah. Inside the Huddle with Harry Douglas. Beyond the Court with Elena Scott. Around the ACC with DP also is on our podcast network. We're going to take a second as they go for it with 7 seconds left. They've got to find that guy right there. They missed it.
And yeah, now it's Georgia's ball.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was 4th down.
Oh, I thought it was 3rd down.
Nope.
But
They were a little bit farther back than I thought. They were at the 45, so it'd have been a
Okay.
62-yard field goal. But I would have still went for a field goal. That deep, you might drain the clock.
Yeah.
It's almost an interception. And if he'd have come down, he'd probably. I mean,
are they going to nail it or are they going to try to throw it up?
I would do a Hail Mary.
All right, let's do our last words because this is going to wrap up. We'll watch it after off the clock here. Wes, give us your last words for the week.
Great way to build momentum for the season. Go Cards. Let's beat the Smurfs tomorrow.
Sam?
Real short, real simple, real sweet. Dang, why was a tongue twister?
Easy for you to say.
Right. Hey, let's go to Lexington. It's a business trip. Let's handle what we got to do and beat those Smurfs. Go Cards.
Joey?
It's Merkin season in Lexington.
Yes, sir. There it is.
Okay, you had to say it. Look,
I got Shawn's back.
Thank God somebody's got his back. We just need somebody to get his front.
Right.
For Sam, for Joey, for Wes, I'm Jeremy Wyman. This is Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. 56-10 tomorrow. We're going to whoop that cat ass. Hope you all enjoy this week. Thanks for the support. Till next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast.
Hey, Joey, are we gonna team to put